We have another example on the board. We're supposed to redraw the circuit first. So this positive 10 volts means that I have to draw over here power supply. Okay? This is voltage source which has 10 volts. Okay, so I can erase it. So anytime I draw the dashed line, it means that you're supposed to imagine that, okay? Because when the book is going to just show you that there is 10 volts, so automatically you're supposed to imagine that there is power supply connected to the circuit. Theoretically, right, we're supposed to say that the current is going to be pushed, right, from positive terminal to negative. Why I'm saying theoretically? Because I didn't check the polarities of my diodes yet, okay? That's why I say theoretically. But, you know, I'm supposed to say that this is going to be my I total. Next, I have two diodes connected in parallel. Okay, you're supposed to look at their polarity. So if current goes clockwise, and you see that both diodes, right, their arrowheads, right, are also, you know, showing the way, right, in the clockwise direction. I say clockwise because the current is going to go around. So it means that both of them are going to be forward biased. Both of them are going to conduct. Why both of them? Because both of them are silicon, right? And the voltage drop across each diode is going to be 0.7 volts. And simply I can say that these two diodes you can replace by the one diode. So we can say that the voltage drop across these two is 0.7, and I can say this is positive and positive because current is going to go through the diode. So anytime current is entering the component, you're supposed to mark it by positive sign. Anytime it's leaving, you're supposed to mark by negative. So I have positive, negative, okay? So we can treat these two diodes like one big diode, okay? So I can say that this is my positive sign and this is my negative sign over here, okay? Why people do that? Sometimes when you have very high current and one diode cannot stand that current, you can connect two diodes in parallel. So the current is going to split and less current is going to go to each diode, and you can make the circuit working instead of connecting just one not very strong diode, okay? And you can avoid the problems in your circuit. So next, you're supposed to realize that the current is going to split at this point into two diodes. It's going to come together and it's going to go through the resistor. So I'm going to have again positive sign over here and negative sign over here. And my current is going to keep going around. So we have to find V out because I can reach the ground without going to any resistor. I'm going to determine V out by simply going counterclockwise. Why? Because I do not have resistance, means I don't have to find extra currents, okay? I have to find the current later on anyway, but at this moment I can find V out very easy. So V out is equal negative VD. I'm going to call VD voltage across these two diodes. The voltage is going to be the same because they're in parallel. So I have negative VD and I have positive sign over here. So I have what? Plus voltage source. So I have negative VD. So I have negative 0.7 volts plus voltage source 10 volts. This is equal 9.3 volts. So my voltage at the output is equal 9.3 volts. Next, I can find the current which goes through the resistor. I can say that I total is equal to IR, which is equal, I can say voltage across the resistor over the resistance. In other words, we can say this is also V out over the resistance. This is the same thing because V out and VR is the same voltage, okay? Because V out is going to concentrate across resistor. So I can say that this is equal 9.3 volts over 4.7 kilo ohms. Okay, so this is equal 1.97 milliamps. Okay, so this is the current which goes through the resistor. Okay, so this is the same current which will go over here. This is my I total, right? We can say this is also IR or ID, right? But if you want to find the current which goes through each diode, and because these two diodes are silicon diodes, I can say theoretically that ID1 is equal ID2, and this is equal I total divided by 2. I total is equal 1.97 milliamps divided by 2 is equal 985 microamps. I said theoretically because if you are going to go to lab and try to measure these two currents, they're going to be a little bit different because every diode is different, okay? So basically one of them can have higher current, one of them is going to have a little bit lower current, but you know the difference is going to be very small. So we can say that the current through each diode is going to be approximately 985 microamps. And we can say that the problem is solved.